In the 5th episode of Hell's Paradise, we begin with Sagiri, who is jolted awake from a nightmare about her father. Her sudden awakening takes place within the confines of a cavern on the foreboding island they're trapped on. It's then that Genji, another member of the Asaemon, the clan of executioners, informs her that she had been the victim of butterfly scale poisoning, which had caused her to lose consciousness. As Sagiri regains her bearings and reunites with the rest of the group, they are engrossed in a discussion about the complex predicament they find themselves in. They're incongruously seated around a luxurious meal, a stark contrast to the grim reality of their surroundings. During their conversation, Gabimaru, a condemned criminal now turned reluctant hero, shares his observations from his reconnaissance mission around the island. Although Gabimaru didn't uncover anything that could immediately aid their mission, he stumbled upon an intriguing aspect of the island's flora. He discovered an array of flowers that bore an uncanny resemblance to the samurai, who, according to legends, had turned into blossoms and never made it back home. Senta, an Asaemon, contemplates the possibility of human inhabitants on this island, a hypothesis Sagiri promptly disputes, pointing towards the terrifying monsters they've been forced to combat. Sagiri vividly describes the monstrous beings they have encountered, each detail more gruesome than the last. Senta suggests that these grotesque creatures might be gods that have somehow been malformed. The existence of such creatures, Gabimaru posits, could be evidence of the legendary Elixir of Life, considering these monsters demonstrate signs of immortality and lack any internal organs. Accepting the lack of any substantial leads about the elixir, Senta proposes that they study the monster's ecology, as it might provide vital clues. Later, in a private conversation with Sagiri, Genji suggests she should take a boat back to the mainland, arguing that her place is not in this perilous situation. He insists that she should focus on tasks more suited to a woman, leaving him to deal with Gabimaru, since his assigned criminal is already deceased. However, Sagiri, resilient and determined, rebuffs his suggestion. While Genji admires Sagiri's unwavering determination, he questions whether she possesses the required courage to execute Gabimaru if the situation demands it. He criticizes her abilities in battle, stating that she lacks the extraordinary skills necessary for their mission. At this juncture, Senta intervenes, suggesting that escaping the island might not be as easy as Genji implies. Meanwhile, we're introduced to another duo comprising an Asaemon and his assigned criminal, Nurugai. They're in the midst of a desperate attempt to escape the island. Their plan leads them to an abandoned ship, but their relief is short-lived as they are ambushed by a monster with terrifying tentacles. The narrative then takes us on a journey into Nurugai's past, revealing a traumatic event where she inadvertently led a group of lost men to her village. The men soon learn that Nurugai and her fellow villagers are part of the Amishi, a group of people known for their refusal to submit to the shogunate, preferring instead to maintain their distinct culture in the mountains. Tragically, the men respond to this discovery with violence, imprisoning Nurugai and slaughtering her villagers. Back in the present, the Asaemon accompanying Nurugai pledges to assist her escape. As they attempt to evade the tentacle monster, Nurugai falls into a pit of despair, expressing a wish to end her life. Her Asaemon companion, though, battles the beast determinedly, slicing off its limbs while trying to reassure her. Finally, the pair manage to find a spare boat and make their escape. Their momentary relief is dashed when they find themselves back on the shores of Shinsenkyo. Nurugai begins to believe that all currents inevitably lead back to this accursed island. In a lighter moment, following a humorous disagreement, Nurugai and her Asaemon resolve to gather allies and make another attempt to escape the island. Concurrently, Gabimaru and Sagiri have a profound discussion about strength, the secretive ninja clan Iwagakure, and other matters pertinent to their predicament. Determined and resolute, Sagiri informs Genji of her decision to remain on the island, urging him to recognize her as a samurai, not just a woman. As this complex episode draws to a close, we're left with a cliffhanger as the towering figure of Rokuroda, another condemned criminal, launches an unexpected attack on Genji,